On this November episode of Outlook TV, the Union Wedding Show.
Spank Party.
Justin and Colin at the BC Home Show. And much, much more.
Hello and welcome to Outlook TV. I'm Rebecca Wyman.
And I'm Robert Mackay, and you're watching the Queer Magazine news show that brings you the stories that matter the most from coast to coast.
We're at 1181 in Vancouver to celebrate our 5th anniversary. Woo!
The Big Five, and we're kicking it off with Haunted Hallows Eve, which was an event of spooks and circus acts.
And it was a fundraiser for the Huntington Society.
We're in Vancouver at the Junction for a Haunted Halloween Eve's Gala. It's a fundraiser for the Huntington Society of Canada. Let's see what spirits are out tonight.
It's going to be a fun, awesome night just dedicated to the Huntington Society of Canada. It's a great organization. Tonight we're just basically playing on our creativity and our sense of whimsy, at least mine, in order to, support this great charity. So we have silent auctions, 50-50, and then of course the ticket donations are all going to the Huntington Society. Beyond that, we have a whole array of entertainment. So we have a aerial acrobat. She's going to be hanging just on this side here. And then we're going to have a contortionist and a world-renowned juggler is coming as well, and a drag king show from Busted Cherries.
The community kind of got to know a little bit more about Huntington's disease because of that recent article in Extra West featuring Janine Fuller. So she was brave enough to share her story. Through this event, it's kind of my way to talk to people about my connection. I have a family member affected with Huntington's disease, so for me it's my way to kind of spread the word and kind of let them know about the society. And Huntington's disease, it's a neurological brain disorder. So what happens is there's a mutant gene that for whatever reason causes cell death in the brain.
Janine Fuller we're thinking of this evening. She's a saint of ours. What was her saint's name?
St. Jane Evermore.
Evermore. So we're here really to support the function, but also to support her. And we're really looking forward to raising some funds for this cause.
I got into contortion in high school, watching like YouTube videos, and I was like just totally into it. And then I took a workshop after I finished high school, and then this contortion workshop, and then I just got hooked, and so I just got involved in performing and being involved in the circus world.
I am an aerial artist. I will be doing acrobatics. I'm a little bit demented. I will climb high and do tricks above your head, and I'll tumble down, and it'll be fun. And I hope you enjoy the show. I hope it's creepy for you.
For All Hallows Eve, this is Gary Wolfeder for Outlook TV.
And next, Angus visits the Union Wedding Show.
The first LGBT wedding show in the Western Coast.
It's been over 13 years since same-sex marriage has been legalized here in British Columbia, and it's hard to believe that up until now there hasn't been an LGBT wedding show. Well, that's all about to change tonight with the Union Wedding Show, and we're here to find out what it's all about. Good evening, Belle and Christy.
Hello. Hi. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having us. Now, it's pretty exciting. Now, after 13 years of same-sex marriage, there hasn't been a gay wedding show, an LGBT wedding show in Vancouver. Why now?
It's time. We've pretty much got everybody here that you could possibly need to plan your wedding. So it's basically a one-stop shop. Come and meet all your fabulous vendors, and your planning's done.
What's the difference between an LGBT wedding show and a mainstream wedding show?
I think the difference is that we're representing the LGBT community here, and we're providing a safe place for LGBT people to come and plan their wedding.
We're not represented most of the time at bridal shows, and so we just wanted to do something for our community.
You're here at the wedding show as a vendor. Can you tell us about what you're doing here?
Yeah, I do custom cakes, cookies, and dessert tables and treats. You name it, and I do it. Everything is me. I'm a one-man show right now. I'm just starting off. I've been doing this part-time, but I've decided to go full on, so.
I am DJing for the VIP party at the Union Wedding Show. It's our opening party, so I'm going to kick it off tonight.
Is this something you do on a regular basis?
Yeah, weddings, corporate events, VIP parties, club nights, do it all.
I am the owner, operator, designer, baker, one-woman show of The Cake and the Giraffe. I love creating custom, unique pieces for all my couples.
This looks like over the top for a cake. Can you talk about this a bit?
It's a little over the top. This is actually a false cake. So it's styrofoam on the inside, fondant on the outside, all hand-painted with all edible stuff. So it has the appearance of being real.
Part of a marketing campaign that Tourism Vancouver used.
It was celebrating for Canada 10 years legalized same-sex marriage.
Yes, it was part of a campaign that went all over the U.S. and was online as well.
Yes, it was. It was really, really big news, and we're really excited about, and I'm really proud about this photograph.
For Outlook TV, this is Angus Pratt at the Union Wedding Show at the Beaumont Studios in Vancouver.
We're going to have to take a little break now.
We have to increase our liquid intake. Strap on your leather and chains, people, because we've got Spank for the Vancouver Arts and Leisure.
Although there's no cameras allowed at the event, so I'm not really sure what the story covers, but anyway.
Leave it up to your imagination.
I'm with Outlook TV, and we're enjoying Spank 8, Occult Encounters, Electrosexual Adventures. It's going down here on Main Street. We're going to have lots of fun, and you get to enjoy all the good-looking costumes.
Who is your daddy?
Well, tonight is the occult-themed party because Halloween is next weekend. So we decided to play up on the spookiness, and this is what I came up with.
Is there a particular type of music that you're gonna be playing for this event?
For me, I'll be playing like spooky electro dark beats. That's what I play here. I play different music for different events because I also DJ burlesque events and stuff.
Sin City and Val have just collaborated on this event. Now tell us how that collaboration came together.
Sure. Well, officially, this is the bastard love child of Backdoor and Sin City. Basically, Sin City's been around for a long time. We've been doing Sin City for about 20 years. And the core aspects of it are about the same, but of course, you know, music and the way people connect has changed so much. And now we have Val has come around in the past 5 years or so. And they're very proactive in doing sort of sex-positive events and culturally aware, expressive events in the city. And anytime you have that happening, it's kind of a foregone conclusion that we'd eventually be doing something together. This is really the thing that's the most unique about Spank, is that here we are in an underground gay art space, but 2/3 of the party is no dress code. So anyone can show up, they can wear whatever they want, but we also have 1/3 of the party, which is this big playroom, which is a strict fetish dress code. So you can't get past that area and go in there. And because that area is there, we have a lot of the fetish scene. They come here, they're very comfortable expressing themselves. However, we have a super strict no cameras policy in here. We actually sticker over the cameras on everybody's phones as they come in. And as soon as people get past the door and their cameras are all covered up, they're like, oh, it's on in here, like it's for real.
Well, because I work here at Spank as the fetish fashion police, I'm dressing in my most police-like outfit. I work the door of the dungeon. We have a dress code, so if you don't get through me, you don't get to play in the fancy sex room. This event opens up your eyes. You can come be a looky-loo and see the people sexually expressing themselves and being free, and it takes that stigma away. You're not slutty, you're not dirty, you're not bad. You are a sexual human being, and it is okay to like the people you're with. We enforce consent. We enforce that people are happy, clean, and in a positive environment. If at any point you feel unsafe, that's where myself and the other fetish police get involved, and we make sure that your safety is a priority at all times.
Up next, we've got a bit of an interesting art exhibit, Native Sons. This one is photography and painting.
Both. Let's see how Angus interprets this artistic endeavor.
We're at Main Space Gallery in Vancouver for the opening of John Ferry and Jock McDonald's Native Sons exhibit. We're going to talk to both of them to find out what it's all about.
The title of the show, Native Sons, being Canadian, being from Vancouver, also the legacy of the friendship. I'm named after John's father. Oh, wow. And so there's a lot of history, not only I think being from Vancouver, but amongst our families.
Yeah. Well, and Jock's mom was a painter, and she was very influential as me as a young boy, because I sent her 35 paintings down to Napa Valley for a critique. But I needed to hear from a recognized artist, you know, what my work was about and where I was going.
I wanted it to be very much Vancouver-centric, and so I did a bunch of helicopter shooting. I very much like this perspective versus the horizontal perspective. And John would then, you know, ask me to send one of the photographs, which I would, and it didn't want it to be a one-to-one relationship, so that it is also a perspective of John's as well as mine. So it's sort of multiple perspectives.
Working with Jock's beautiful photograph of this pile of wood, which is ironic about, you know, wood becoming, you know, this resource that we have that's really becoming depleting as well. But then I've taken it and lit it on fire, but very much making it my own by making it a night painting and the waste that's happening.
Canada, British Columbia is very nature-centric. It's, you know, there's a lot of nature here, but as I've been seeing the clear cutting and forest management and things like that, I came across this pile of logged timber. And then behind it are a group of trees almost looking at this destruction, in a sense. And it comes out of a body of work called Constructing Nature, and how we as people manage or navigate through nature. I weave the photographs because it's the seeing of seeing, and I call it also the ironic pixel.
Now, you've taken us on a bit of a journey in Vancouver. Can you tell us a little bit about like where you've gone and where you are now?
Well, it started with just painting Vancouver and painting the neon signs of Vancouver, and then painting various, I felt that Vancouver was changing so quickly that I better paint it before it's gone. So I just found that people were looking at it, oh, I remember that, and I remember that. So I was painting a lot of those kind of things. And now I'm painting sort of the new modern Vancouver. My last exhibition was called If Only I Had a Helicopter. So it was painting sort of overhead shots of Vancouver, and then this is what springboarded to working with Jock. So it's been a great journey painting Vancouver as a subject.
For Outlook TV, this is Angus Pratt at Main Space Gallery in Vancouver.
And now we're going to head off to Toronto
for that daily dose of extra.
Hey, I'm Graham Coleman for Daily Extra. Here's a look at some top stories from our Toronto newsroom. First up, we caught up with some of the RuPaul's Drag Race alumni at a charity event and got their thoughts on the recent US election.
Donald Trump is a sociopathic, misogynistic, racist bigot, and Hillary isn't.
I was supporting Bernie Sanders from the beginning, but you know what? I'm supporting my party. I'm going to go for Hillary Clinton, and I'm definitely not. You didn't think I was running for Trump, did you? Like, okay.
For more from these drag queens, visit our YouTube page, Extra Online. And in case you didn't know, there's more to drag than men dressing up like women.
I'm a non-binary person, so my drag, I thought, should be non-binary as well.
To me, drag is gender performance.
I think inherently drag is making fun of gender.
My name is Ray Takei. I also do drag as Rose Butch, and my pronouns are they and them.
My name is Paige Frewer, and my drag persona is Ponyboy, and I identify as non-binary genderqueer.
My name is Molly Sherdahl. My drag name is Grim, and my pronouns are she or they.
For more on this story, visit Daily Extra's Facebook page. And finally, Daily Extra recently attended the Gay Men's Health Summit in Vancouver. For more on the Gay Men's Health Summit and other LGBT news, go to dailyextra.com and follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. For Daily Extra, I'm Graham Coleman.
We're going to have to take another little break now.
I'm starting to sober up.
Welcome back. You're watching Outlook TV.
Up next, we have the BC Home and Design Show, where Angus meets with gay TV personalities Colin and Justin.
They're Scottish, and you know, if it's not Scottish, it's
crap.
We're at the Vancouver Convention Centre West for the Vancouver Home and Design Show 2016. We're going to talk to design experts Colin and Justin. Let's go find them.
Who's from Port Glasgow? The people around just watch your purse.
We're Colin and Justin. We're decorators who've worked their way around the world on various TV shows. Started off in Britain. We came to Canada, I guess, maybe 10 years ago, and we work between Canada, Britain, and Australia. We have shows that touch on interior design, touch on property, touch on everything to do with home improvement. Colin and I have been a couple for 31 years. We met when we were at university, and after we left, we decided that we'd set up a design practice, and very quickly it found its own momentum, and we started working in television on the back of that. So within 5 years of starting, we were featured on many BBC shows, and then within about 6 or 7 years, we were given our own shows, and we just went from strength to strength, and before we knew it, we found ourselves over in this lovely country called Canada.
We're at a kind of point in our career where we can truly be ourselves. You know, we're not trying to, I don't know, bring in the next big thing or trying to kind of adhere ourselves to whatever the current fashion is. You know, I think we as property renovators, I think as designers, as a couple, are at a point in our lives where we can actually guide people through how to create great homes, how to add value to your property, but actually how to communicate with your partner as well. But if you're planning a renovation, I would say before you spend a penny, be ruthless. Get rid of the things that you don't like. You know, things that maybe you've inherited, they were fine for a couple of years, but you don't like them anymore. Things that are broken, things you have duplicates of. Get rid of all these items, and then maybe you might be lucky and find a core of items that actually represent who you are, maybe you and your partner, things that you've picked for yourselves. And you can say, okay, that's our style. You know, and does it actually work in this style of building? Does it have the mood that we're trying to create in our homes right here? And if the answer is yes, then I would say go with that. You know, and don't be defeated by budget. If you've got a look, maybe you like mid-century modern, I don't know, get onto your Kijijis, you know, all your Craigslists and stuff, and bring in pieces on budget and make it happen. Don't be defeated by not having a lot of money.
Our premise has always been that everybody should be entitled to have a really stylish home, no matter their socio-economic background. And we love what we do. We love the fact that we take ordinary homes and we make them extraordinary. We're all about real homes for real people, and design is such good fun. We have such a vocational career. We get up every day and we feed our cat and we start our journey, and we decorate those needy homes one problem room at a time.
For Outlook TV, this is Angus Pratt at the Vancouver Home and Design Show 2016.
And up next, we've got one that I find a bit of a tongue twister, the Prairie Fairy Fowl Supper.
And it's the last one ever. Let's just roll the clip. Roll the clip.
It's the finale of the Prairie Fairy Fowl Supper. Oh, as you can see, the show is already on. Linda Fillmore herself is on stage right now. She is going to marry people. Yes, marry them. There's a big dinner tonight. There's a silent auction. There's great people, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Come join us for the finale.
This is the last supper, so we're just going to celebrate. We're going to celebrate all the joy that this group has had over the years, the amazing job they've done of raising funds for the various charities, Loving Spoonful, McLaren House, etc., and supported by so many people in the community. So we're just celebrating. That's all it is, a big celebration and weddings.
And you're a marriage commissioner. You're going to marry people tonight.
I'm going to marry 4 couples.
Linda, why is this the finale?
Well, there's nothing worse than having an 83-year-old host, and a week out from the event, they kick the bucket. So we thought before that happened, we maybe should just call it a day while we're still filling the hall, and before I just can't make it up from you anymore, that we would just bring it to an end.
We're really excited that she put this all together for us. I mean, there's no detail that she hasn't thought of, so we're really, really excited. We always said we would have a small wedding. We want to thank Linda for all the work and letting us be a part of it. And
thank you. I'll give each other a kiss. It's your big day. Okay. Aww.
Yes! It was lovely. They're just such lovely people. And I'm so glad we could do it here. We've done some crazy things, but how much better of a way to leave than to let 4 lovely couples do their thing.
It's bittersweet. It's a great night, but I'm so sad that it's ending, really, because it's been a lot of great years.
Well, it was never supposed to be more than one. We did one in the basement of Christchurch Cathedral in 1997, and then people kept asking for it. We took a year off, and then we've been doing this for 17 years. Regardless of who comes in our door, they put on their name tag, they spend time with people that they never would spend time with, and they give lots of money so that our beneficiaries benefit from what happens. And so it's my job to make sure that I facilitate all these lovely people and make sure that the money they need to get rid of goes to other people.
Oh, Linda, you've done a fabulous job, you and your entire Fillmore family.
I love you. I will see you again, not as often, but I thank you for all your love and support for all this time. And remember, your Auntie Linda will always be thinking of you.
I'll count down the minutes, counting down the hours. I work hard for this money now. I'm headed to the bottom.
Anything I want to say to Linda Fillmore?
Just thanks for having me out, and thanks for all the great work you've done all these years, and thank you again for having me. I appreciate it.
The record shows I took the blows and did you my way.
Unfortunately, that is all the time we have for this episode of Outlook TV, but hey, check out the crew.
And you too can join this fabulous crew if you like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, or shoot us an email if you'd like to volunteer.
I can picture you right here.
Exactly here.
From all of us at Outlook TV,
stay fabulous, Canada!